And then at the bottom of the next exhalation, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Okay, so our theme for these 6 weeks is heart opening back bends. So we're going to start lying on our back with knees bent. And then take your feet apart to the outer edges of the mat. And then just let your arms come out to the side. The palms can be up or down, it doesn't matter, but windshield wipers. So on an exhale, let both knees drop one side, roll your head the opposite direction, and then inhale, coming back to center, exhale, change direction, and turning the head. So just feeling into the hips and the spine, following your breath. And then bringing your knees back to center. You're going to cross, so arms now, arms with palms down, out to the side. Cross your right ankle across your left knee, flex the foot. And then you're going to roll over to the left, so you bring the sole of the right foot down. And again, just turning to look the other way, and then you'll inhale back up and rock, so the right thigh goes down the other side. So there's a little bit more tension drawing through the hips, the side body. So again, following your breath. Okay, and then uncross the legs. You're going to cross the other foot over, flex at the ankle, and then again lowering the left foot down to the mat. Inhale to come back up, exhaling, rolling that left thigh down. And then coming back to center, uncross the legs. We're going to come into flowing bridge. So now having, for bridge pose, having your heels under your knees, so not too close to your hips, arms down by the side. So press your shoulder blades down so you feel almost like you're trying to lift your chest. Inhale, draw the lower back down into the mat, and then peel your hips up. And then we're going to lift the arms straight up and touch down overhead. And then on an exhale, you're going to bring the arms all the way back over, lower down through the vertebrae. So arms and hips come back to the mat at the same time. And then again, lifting, flowing up. So gently squeezing the glutes to feel a lengthening through the front of the hips as you come up. Also feeling that rocking of the pelvis backwards and forwards. So as you lift up, you'll feel the pelvis rock backwards. So getting that motion through the spine. And then when your arms are down and your hips are down, you're going to keep your arms down by your side. You're going to lift up into bridge, so hips come up, and then dig your heels in, pressing firmly down so you can feel your hamstrings and your glutes engaging. So not overly forcing it, but holding in that bridge. Steady the breath and then exhale, lowering down through the vertebrae and hips down. And then take your towel roll or your block. You're going to come to lie on your left side. Open book. So you can rest your head on your towel roll or your block, and then have your arms, or your left arm is lying along the floor at shoulder height. Bring your palms together and then bend your knees, stack knees and ankles. And then as you inhale, your gaze is going to follow that right thumb as you lift the arm all the way up, rolling the head on the block, and bring the hand or the arm down behind you, and then coming all the way back over. So you can rock the hips a little, but you're trying to roughly keep the hips stacked. So we're feeling into the opening of the right chest, squeezing gently the shoulder blade as you're expanding through the chest. So later we're going to be doing bow pose. So that's when it's a back bend, but we're lying on our front. So here we're gradually opening the shoulders. Okay, and then inhale, coming back onto your back and rolling onto the right side. The same thing, stacking knees and ankles, and then following your gaze, following that left thumb all the way over. Really feeling into the opening of the left side of the chest, that rotation through the torso. Okay, and then coming to lie on your back with your knees bent, remove the block, hug your knees in, little rock and roll there, just massaging the lower back. And then keeping the knees hugged in, you're going to rock forwards and backwards 3 times. See if you can get all the way up onto the shoulders until you come to sit. So using your core. And then we're going to come onto hands and knees, tabletop, and our good old cat-cow. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to cow, look up, tailbone up. Following your own breath, exhale to cat. So drawing the tailbone under, spreading the shoulder blades. And then starting to roll the hips a little side to side, just getting that waggle in the spine. And you can even press firmly through the hands, but you can roll your shoulders, leaning forward, just feeling the different movements of the spine. Okay, walk your hands forward a little, tuck your toes, come up into downward facing dog. Walk your dog a little, so slowly paddling through the heels, feeling into the lower legs. And then inhale, rolling forward into high plank. So press the floor away, spread the shoulder blades, hug forearms and shins towards the midline. And then you're going to ripple back into down dog. So lift the hips high, come up onto your toes, drawing the tailbone all the way up as the heels come down. And then reversing that ripple forward into high plank. So the head comes up last, spread the shoulder blades. And again, rippling back into down dog. And one more, rolling forward, following the breath. And all the way back into down dog. And then inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. So straight up and back, and then lower the left heel towards the mat. So you feel that lengthening. So keeping the leg raised, so we're waking up the hip flexors. And then you're going to step the right foot between your hands. Runner's lunge for a moment. So pressing through the fingertips, get light, draw the chest forward. And then drop your back knee down on Dhanurasana, low lunge. Flatten the foot. Come up onto the front thigh to start with. So lunging forward, feeling into the front of the hip. But we also want to engage through the torso. So when we're back bending, it's the legs that are strong. We need to use our core, but we also want stability around the core. So making sure you almost draw the ribs back slightly as we lunge, draw the navel in, lift your arms up. So instead of going into our full expression of a lunge, back bend here, we're drawing the ribs slightly back, engaging the core, and then lifting your chest, leaning back. So we're not just flinging the head back, just trying to get that arc through the spine. And then exhale, bring the left palm down under the left shoulder. Keep lunging forward, draw the navel in, revolve right arm up, so feeling into those side ribs. And then exhale, bring the right hand on the inside of the right leg and shuffle the foot over a little. But we want to keep the toes pointing forward and hug the right knee into the shoulder. So you feel that inner thigh engaging as well. Keep lunging a little forward. We're going to tuck the back toes under, come up into lizard. But still toes pointing forward. So you're pressing the floor away, spreading the shoulders a little and pushing through the back heel, squeezing the thigh. Then bring the left hand slightly forward, top left of the mat. Inhale, revolve, bring the right arm up. And then you're going to loop the right arm through. So it doesn't have to go anywhere, it's just looping through. So you feel the lunge, you're deepening into that right hip flexor. And then again, inhale, reach into the twist. Navel drawing in, exhale. We're doing this 3 times. You can drop the back knee if it's a bit too intense. Inhale, coming up. Last one, exhale through. And then bring your palms down, step the right foot back, come back into down dog. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. Go straight up and back. So hips are level, draw the right heel down for a moment as you lift up. Press the floor away with your palms, drawing the armpits towards the mat. And then inhale, bring the left foot between your hands. Runner's lunge. So keep that left knee over the left ankle, but sinking your hips. Draw the chest forward, shoulder blades drawing down your back. And then exhale on Dhanurasana, low lunge, flatten the foot, come up onto that thigh. And allowing the lunge forward, but it's still almost as if you're pressing down through the top of the back foot and drawing the tailbone slightly down. Really intensifying the stretch in the front of the hips. And then inhale, reach the arms up, get nice and long in the spine, but knit those ribs. And then it's as if you're drawing the chest up, lunging forward, gaze goes between the thumbs. And then exhale, right palm down, left arm up. We're trying to turn from the navel, so not just the shoulders or the neck. And then exhale, bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot, shuffle that foot over, toes pointing directly forward and hugging in, knee into shoulder. Tuck the right toes, come up into lizard. So here, trying to rock forward more, so your shoulders are above your wrists, so you can press the floor away. And then right hand comes forward a little more. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, loop through. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. And then palms down, step back to down dog. You can just walk your dog a little. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. You can do a little elephant walking. So bend both knees, fingertips down, let the head hang, and then straighten one leg, keep the other one bent, and then change. So you feel like a big elephant bottom that walks away, feeling gently into the hamstrings. And then bend both knees, ragdoll, hang your head, hold onto your elbows, and then start to straighten the thighs, draw the navel in, release the arms down and slowly unfurling to stand. And then coming to the front of the mat. Okay, swaying palms, so feet hip distance apart. Bring your arms up. Right hand takes hold of left wrist, but engage like mountain pose. So press through your feet, lift up through the kneecaps and the core. Lift up, pull that arm, and then leaning over to the side. So stacking the shoulders and really letting that left hip press out to the side. And then inhale back to center, change the grip to the other hand, lift up, engage the body, lean over. Inhale back to center. Clasp hands, roll the palms to face up, lifting up, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, release the arms wide. So we're going, for the shoulders, so have your hands behind your back, and then we're going to squeeze the elbows towards each other. So it's little gentle squeezes and release. We're just feeling into the front body, get the shoulder blades moving. Okay, and release the arms down, big shrugs with the shoulders. And back the other way. Okay. From the front of the mat, so we're going to go through Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salute A, but last week we added in, once we're down on the mat, we added in a little bit of longer back bending, so that's what we're going to go for. And we're going to, so just follow me, because we're going to take a bit more time in these as well. So standing in mountain, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, and reach up. So through the middle fingers, feel the kneecaps lifting, the core. Turn your gaze up between your thumbs to look at your thumbs, and then exhale, forward fold. Really using the exhale here to soften the chest and chin towards the thighs, drawing up through the kneecaps, and then inhale to halfway lift. Palms into shins, Straight legs, straight arms, look up. Draw the shoulder blades down towards your waist. So turn your tailbone up, feel into those hamstrings. And then exhale, bend your knees, palms down. Step back to high plank. Pausing here. Puff out between the shoulder blades, lift through the back of the head. So it's in line with the shoulders. And then we're going to tip forward for one breath in chaturanga. So elbows over wrists, pause, and then exhale, lower to the mat. We're going to come into Sphinx. Shoulders under wrists. Shoulders, where did that even come from? Elbows under shoulders. Tops of the feet pressed down. So in back bends, we have to use our legs. So really feeling that connection. The feet pressing down, kneecaps lift, pubic bone presses down, and then get nice and long through the core. Draw your chest forward. Energy of the elbows draws back towards the hips. And then draw the chin down a little so your neck is long. And then exhale for locust, but we're going to bring the inside edge of the feet together and then hook the thumbs behind us. So roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift. So you want that internal rotation of the thighs. So spreading the back of the pelvis and try and pull the hands apart. So you feel the front of the chest, gaze is down. And then exhale, hands beside ribs. Ready for low cobra. So tops of the feet press down, so kneecaps lift. Press the hips gently down. Push through your palms. Low cobra. Keep the elbows bent, hug them in. And then we're going to hover. So keep the feet down, but you're going to lift your hands, but keep that cobra pose. So your chest will sink, but you want to feel that energy. And then press the palms down, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Ujjayi breath, breath with sound. And then inhale. Stepping forward, step, hop, jump to halfway lift. And pause. Tailbone up, look up. Exhale, fold. And then firing the legs up, almost if you're hugging the shins towards each other. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, releasing the hands to mountain. So you can do one more of those. Inhale, your palms to touch and reach. Take another breath. And then exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift. We're getting long through the spine. And then exhaling to high plank. And pause. So really feel like you're pushing the floor away. That inner hug of the forearms, the thighs, those deep core muscles working. Tip forward for one breath in chaturanga. And then lowering to the mat. Inhale, Sphinx. And then exhale for locust. Feet together, and this time hook the other thumb, so it's the other way that feels awkward. Draw the hands apart. Inhale, lift feet, lift shoulders. Internal rotation of the thighs, and then exhale for cobra. Inhale, low cobra. Hands down to start with, and then we're going to hover those hands. And then exhale, tuck the toes, come up into down dog. And then inhaling to come forward. to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, palms to touch, reach. And exhale to mountain. Okay, inhaling, bring the weight into your right foot. Lift the left knee up. Exhale, high lunge. So shoot that foot back, you're on train tracks. Right knee stays over right ankle. Up on the ball of the back foot. And draw your core in. Bring the arms up. So reach up. Knit those ribs as you lunge. So the hips are sinking down. We're not coming forward with that front knee. Stack the joints. And then exhale, left palm down. Revolve, inhale, reach the right arm up. So really press the floor away. Reach those top fingertips. Keep lunging. And then fingertips down. Runner's lunge. We're now going to drop the left heel down, ready for warrior one. So toes pointing slightly forward. Inhale, come up. Warrior one. So you can do James Bond fingers if you want to hold. Feel that you can have the palms together. But now it's an internal rotation of the back thigh. So hips are level. Driving through the back foot. And then we're going to add in humble warrior. So now sweep your hands behind. Dip your head and chest on the front of the thigh, inside of the front thigh. And it's as if you're squeezing an imaginary beach ball behind you. So squeeze those forearms towards each other. Try not to be heavy on the front thigh. And then exhale, fingertips down. Step the left foot forward. And then inhale all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, weight into the left foot, right knee up. Exhale, high lunge. Draw the arms up, knit the ribs. So we're not tucking the tailbone, but its direction is not sticking up. It's drawing towards that back heel almost. Turn the gaze up and then exhale, right palm down. Draw the navel in, revolve left arm up. Sink the hips, get that nice wingspan. And then exhale, fingertips down. Drop the right heel down, ready for warrior one. Inhale, coming up. So rolling that right thigh internally, but really feeling the push through the back heel so you can squeeze the quad, left knee over left ankle, and glance down. Make sure you can see your big toe on the inside of the left knee. Exhale, humble warrior. The legs stay exactly the same. Dipping forward. So really you'll feel your glute and your hamstring on that front leg. Use your Ujjayi breath. Exhale, fingertips down. Step the right foot forward. Inhale all the way up. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Standing mountain. So take your block and actually have your towel nearby. In case you've got dodgy knees. Okay, so come down onto your knees. You're going to bring the block lengthways between the thighs. Toes tucked under. And then this is modified camel pose. So you want to have your hands, so the heel of your hand is kind of just at the top of your buttocks, fingertips pointing down, and then you want to hug your elbows towards each other. So squeeze your shoulder blades. And your chest might want to go like that. So you're trying to almost draw back a little because we still need to not collapse in the front body. So feel the back body working, squeezing the block, because when we come into back bends, we want to make sure that the legs aren't the knees aren't going to turn out, or the thighs. So you want that internal rotation. So it's almost like you're trying to squeeze the block out behind you. And then exhale, flatten the feet, remove the block. Prisoner arms. So now we want to, we're not going to reach for our feet, we're going to keep our hands here. So you want to keep gently pressing the hips forward, and we're going to hinge back. So you're not going to back bend, you're going to feel the front body and the back body. So as you lean back, keep your gaze forward, but you'll really feel your thighs, your glutes, and then come back up. If it's a bit hard that way, you can tuck your toes, that's a little bit modified. And again, so feeling how strong you have to be and you're around your hips, your thighs, come forward. One more. And then come forward. And then we're going to come down onto our fronts. For a moment, just rest your head, turn your feet out, let your hips settle. It's a little rock of the hips. Okay, and then we're going to come up onto the right arm. So right arm in front of you. Bring your legs parallel. Bend the left leg. And then try not to lift that left hip to reach back, but if you have to, it's fine, but you want to come back down to the hip, both hips on the mat, but you're going to reach round, thumb down, just take the outside edge of the foot, bend your elbow, draw the heel towards your bottom. So you can settle down, but then you're kind of losing the back bend. So you want to use the hips and lift your chest. So you can get long. We're trying to get a curve in the spine and try not to jackknife in the lower back. So press the thighs down, press the hips down, and then straighten your arm, push the foot away from you. So resist. But again, you're trying to bring both hip points down and press through your forearm. And then exhale, soften down. Rock the hips a little as you rest your head. So other side, you're going to bend the right leg. Draw the heel in. So getting length into the front of the right thigh. And then you want to lift your chest a little. Hips pressing down, right hand. Drawing that heel in. And then you're going to straighten the arm, push the foot away. So you almost feel like it's opening through the shoulder. I'm trying to spread the load through the lower back. And then exhale, soften. Release the foot down. Rock your hips a little. We're going to do that one again. This is Bekasana, frog. So same setup. So right arm is in front of you, hips down, bend that left leg. You're going to reach back, but this time you're going to flip the thumb over. You're going to come to the inside. And if you can, so we're trying to draw the heel slightly to the outside of the thigh. And if you can, you'll bring your hand onto the top of the foot so the elbow goes straight up. So you can press it down. If you want to flip your grip, we stay here. So it's strong again. You want to lean towards the front of the mat, and then lift your chest up. So it's strong through the shoulder, and then soften before you release. So this is shoulder stretch. Other side. So reaching thumb down and then come to the inside of the foot so the thumb goes up. Draw the heel to the outside almost of the thigh. So frog pose is normally done with both legs at the same time, but we do. So just so you can get the weight of your, or the power of your hand on top of the foot to press the foot down, but you're trying to soften through the front of the thigh. So use your breath on an exhale, trying to soften and release. And then, yeah, release. Rest your head, rock your hips. Okay, we're going to come up into cat-cow for a moment, just to help neutralize the spine. So inhaling to look up, tailbone up, exhale, around the back. Okay, and then we're coming back onto our front. So we're going to try bow pose, which is both legs, and you reach around for both feet. So you'll lie down, have your thighs roughly parallel, and if you need to take your knees out, you can take the knees out a little, but the problem is that then it's trying to pinch the lower back. So we're trying to internally rotate the thighs. So if it's better for you to do one leg at a time, then of course do that. So we're going to bend both legs, and then you're going to reach around with your thumbs down. So take the outside edge of the feet, trying to have the thighs roughly parallel. So inhale, and you're going to have that straight arm action with the pushing your feet away. So if I was to let go, my foot would fling to the floor. So you really want energy. Squeeze your glutes so the pubic bone is down. You want to have weight more towards the chest than the abdomen, or because you'll get more push with your legs. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, soften that grip, release the feet down. Rest your head on your arms. Any questions, anyone? So these back bending, heart opening poses, the benefit for them is we're reversing what we're used to doing. So they might feel very uncomfortable. And as long as you're trying to use the power of your muscles to get length in the spine, so you don't want to overforce. If you're pulling your legs in with your arms, you're meant to be pushing the feet away, so you really get as much length and strength in the spine as you can. But also it's a challenge to the breath, but it's expanding. It's like the heart chakra, you're opening the chest cavity, we're trying to release tightness. And often if we're pent up about something, we tend to curl inwards. So this is an expansion release. So using the breath. So we're going to stand up again just because it's quite intense. The next one we're going to do, it's Parsva Dhanurasana after this. So just slowly come to stand. So we're going to do sun salute B with a few back bends added in. So Parsva Dhanurasana is when we do, Dhanurasana is bow pose. So we're holding the feet, but then you rock onto your side, you come back to center, and then you roll onto the other side. we're going to give that a go after we've moved our spine a bit. So standing in mountain, inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach, sit back, draw the knees slightly back, weight in the heels, and then exhale, fold. Lengthen the legs. Inhale to halfway lift, expand, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, step back for chaturanga. So come into up dog if you can. So tipping forward, flip the feet, inhale to up dog. Exhale, come back over the toes to down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, bring the right foot between your hands for warrior one. So separating the feet, drawing the arms up. So feeling into this back bend, you're lunging, drive through the back foot so the thighs are strong. Lift your chest and look between at the thumbs. And then humble warrior, exhale. And then inhale, fingertips down, take the left foot forward. Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. Halfway through, sorry. And then step back for chaturanga and up dog or cobra. Feel the strength of the thighs in up dog, that internal rotation. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left leg lift, step the left foot between your hands. Warrior one. Knit the ribs so don't collapse in the front body. And then exhale, humble warrior. Then inhale, palms down, step back. Lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths. And then inhale to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale to chair pose. And then squeeze the thighs, palms to touch. Exhale to mountain. Okay, we can do one more. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Well done, everyone. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Oh, I forgot me. Got my humble warriors. And then inhaling to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. And then rise to stand. Exhale, Tadasana mountain. Okay. Come down to sit, legs out in front. Little fish pose. So we want internal rotation and point your toes. Your hands are going to be under your bottom a little bit and hug your elbows towards each other. So you want to squeeze the shoulder blades, drop the elbows down. And then you want to lift your chest and drop the lower head down, the top of the head down. But back bending here, you really want to squeeze your shoulder blades as you lift your chest. If it's not comfortable to drop the head, just keep your chin down, tuck your chin and gaze down your body. And then feel the thighs and the shoulders lift as you then draw your chin to your chest and come back up. Slowly, we're going to come onto our front. So now we're going to try. If you move everything away from your mat, oh, and actually, I always find when I'm doing bow pose, like if you're a bit bony, it might help to have your towel roll under your hips. But if you think you're all right, then you don't need to. So quick demo. If I can do it myself. So the thing here is if you take your legs apart, it's harder to do it. So we're going to reach back and fire up the legs, draw the shoulder blades together, and then you want to try and keep your thighs roughly together. And as you go over, you want to keep your head lifted. So don't drop the head down. You want to lift the head. Inhale. And then roll. Not good. Keep the head lifted. Reach. So you want to keep pushing through the feet and roll back to center. And then we'll go the other way. Not so good at my shoulder. So it's the power of the legs. And you might need a little rock to go, and you probably want to go the same way. If we coordinate, all turn towards your left. It's using the core, rock. That's it. Well done. If you're coming back to center, just pause for a moment, realign, inhale, and then exhale, other side. Beautiful. Well done, guys. Come back to center, and you want to take 3 breaths before you drop. So keep the force through the legs, so push the arms away. Use your breath, and then exhale, slowly release. Rest your head on your arms or however's comfortable. Just let the spine neutralize. Beautifully done. That's Parsva Dhanurasana. And then we're going to turn over onto our backs and knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Bring one hand to your stomach, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. Knock your knees together. And then keep your feet wide, take your arms wide. Just a few windshield wipers, allowing the knees to drop together to one side. Roll your head. Just gently releasing through the lower back. So if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then when you come back to center, bring your right knee into your chest, hug it in, straighten the left leg. And then your left hand, take the outside of the right knee, release the right hand down and draw that knee across. Just relax. Trying to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Hug both knees in. And then straighten the right leg. Hug the left knee in. And then right hand draws left knee across. Release that left hand. And then come back to center. Hug the knees in again. And then Shavasana, relaxation. So put your warm things on.